morning, kids! It's a beautiful morning. Did you see the little bit of snow on the ground? Yeah, well, that's what we get living in Iowa. You never know. Even in April, we get a little snow. We've got a song today. Again, it's one of those oldies. It's one of those that we can really get into. And where am I supposed to be at here? You guys are doing motions, right?
No, we don't have actions for this.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna sing it. It's "Do Lord, Do Lord, Do Lord," and the first verse is up here. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. The second verse is I took Jesus as my Savior. You take him too. And then so follow along. We're gonna have some fun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Way beyond the blue. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. As my Savior, you take him too. I took Jesus as my Savior, you take him too. I took Jesus as my Savior, you take him too. Way beyond the blue. Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Lord, oh do remember me, way beyond the blue. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do remember me, way beyond the blue. All right. Hopefully you had fun with that one. That's one of those songs that you can just kind of get a stomp, clap. You can have a lot of fun with that. And for those of you who are wondering about Hannah's juggling skills, you know, she's still working on it, but you might have to like message her in Facebook and let her know that you want to see her again and see how well she's doing with it, right? Because that's something that we're all having fun with. I'm definitely having fun with it. Okay, I have a book for you that's, it's again, one of those old ones, but I want you to first of all to see this book has seen a better day. It's also, like, definitely has evidence that it's been used and enjoyed, because that binding is kind of beginning to fall apart. But this is Donald Duck and the Magic Stick. Do any of you know Donald Duck? I loved Donald Duck when I was growing up. I thought he was the best. But then the boys, of course, the nephews, anybody know their names?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And they've all kind of even got their own show. They got some DuckTales stuff. They've kind of got a whole bunch of stories about them. But this is one of the early stories of Donald Duck and the Magic Stick. So let's just join in the adventure here and see what's happening. There's the nephews, and there's Donald. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a tailor who lived with his 3 nephews. The poor tailor worked very hard while his nephews spent all their time playing and sleeping. One day, the tailor decided it was time for Huey, Dewey, and Louie to go to work. "You must learn how to take care of yourselves," he said. "I cannot always look after you." The next morning, the 3 nephews left home. "I will go to the city," said Huey. "I will go to the country," said Dewey. "And I will go to the woods," said Louie. "Good luck to you," called Uncle Donald. "Come back to see me at the end of the year." Ooh, that's a long time. When Huey reached the city, he found a carpenter to work for. Huey worked for 1 year. He learned to make tables and chairs. When the time came for Huey to go home, the carpenter gave him a little wooden table. As long as you have this table, said the carpenter, you will never be hungry. Just think of something delicious and say, table set. Ooh, yum. Huey closed his eyes and thought of something delicious. Then he said, table set. Suddenly there appeared on the table a baked turkey, fruit and candy, and delicious cherry pie. The table was magic. Whatever you do, said the carpenter, never let this table out of your sight. I won't, said Huey, and he ate his cherry pie. Then Huey thanked the carpenter, put the table on his back, and started home. That night, Huey stopped at the old inn. May I sleep here tonight? He asked. Yes, you may, said the innkeeper, but you are too late for dinner. That is all right, said Huey. My magic table will give me dinner. The innkeeper could not believe his ears, so he peeked into Huey's room. He heard Huey say, table set. Suddenly there appeared on the table a big plate of spaghetti and meatballs. With a table like that, thought the innkeeper, I would never have to cook again. Uh-oh, the innkeeper's looking at Huey's table. And so, when Huey was fast asleep, the innkeeper sneaked into his room. He took the magic table and left another table in its place. In the morning, Huey put the table on his back and went home. His uncle was glad to see him. Did you work hard? He asked. Yes, Uncle Donald, said Huey, but I will never have to work again. I have a magic table. There's no such thing as magic, said his uncle. Well, yes, there is, said Huey. Watch. First, I think of something delicious. Then I say, table set. Uncle Donald watched the table. Nothing happened. Again, Huey said, table set. This time, a fly landed on the table. Is that what you call delicious? Asked Uncle Donald. And he laughed and laughed. Meanwhile, Dewey had gone to the country. There he found a farmer to work for. Dewey stayed with him for 1 year. He learned to grow corn and wheat. When the time came for Dewey to go home, the farmer gave him a little donkey. As long as you have this donkey, said the farmer, you will never be poor. Just think how much money you want and say, donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear. Dewey closed his eyes and wished for 10 gold coins. Then he said, donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear. Suddenly the donkey wiggled its ear and out came 10 gold coins. The donkey was magic. Whatever you do, said the farmer, never let this donkey out of your sight. I won't, said Dewey. Dewey put the coins in a bag. Then he thanked the farmer, climbed on the old donkey, and started home. That night, Dewey stopped at the old inn. All the rooms are taken, said the innkeeper. But if you give me enough gold, you can sleep in the barn. Dewey gave him his bag of gold coins. If that is not enough, said Dewey, I can get more for my magic donkey. Just give me one more coin, said the innkeeper. He wanted to see what the donkey could do. Donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear, said Dewey. A gold coin came falling out. I would be rich with a donkey like that, thought the innkeeper. And so, when Dewey was fast asleep, the innkeeper sneaked into the barn. He took the magic donkey away and left another donkey in its place. He keeps switching things out, doesn't he? In the morning, Dewey climbed on the donkey and rode home. His uncle and brother came out to greet him. Did you work hard? Asked his uncle. Yes, Uncle Donald, said Dewey, but I will never have to work again. I have a magic donkey. There is no such thing as magic, said his uncle. Well, yes, there is, said Dewey. Watch. First I think of how much money I want. Then I say, donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear. His uncle watched the donkey. All it did was kick up its heels. Donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear, shouted Dewey. But the donkey only swatted a fly with its tail. The fly landed on Dewey's face. Is a fly what you wished for? Asked Uncle Donald. And he laughed and laughed. That is strange, said Dewey. The magic worked at the old inn. That is strange, said Huey. My magic table worked at the old inn, too. Said the two brothers. And while their uncle laughed and laughed, they thought and thought and thought. Now Louis had gone to work in the woods. There he lived with a woodcutter. Louis helped him cut up logs for firewood. One day a letter came. Dear Louis, come home right away. The innkeeper at the old inn is a thief. He took a magic table and a magic donkey from us. We must think of a way to get them back, your two brothers. Louis told the woodcutter that he had to go home right away. Here is a stick to take with you, said the woodcutter. As long as you have it, you will be safe. I will show you how it works. Then the woodcutter said, Stick, start beating on that tree. The stick began to beat upon a tree. Rat-a-tat-tat, 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 until the woodcutter told it to stop. This stick may be very useful, said Louis. He thanked the woodcutter and started home. When night came, Louis stopped at the old inn. May I sleep here tonight? He asked. Yes, you may, said the innkeeper. Here, let me take that old stick. No, said Louis, this is my magic stick. It keeps me safe. Thought the innkeeper. I think I should have a magic stick. Late that night, the innkeeper sneaked into Louis's room. He did not know that Louis was still awake. He tried to take the magic stick. Suddenly, Louis cried, Stick! Start beating that thief! And the stick began to beat up on the innkeeper. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Up one arm and down the other. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Now in one place, now another. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. At last the innkeeper cried, Make it stop! Make it stop! Will you give me the magic table and the magic donkey that you stole from my brothers? Asked Louis. I will do anything, cried the innkeeper. Stick, stop beating, said Louis, and the stick flew into his hand. The next morning, Louis put the table on the donkey's back. Then he took his magic stick, climbed onto the donkey, and rode home. When Louis got home, his uncle and his brothers rushed out to greet him. Here is the magic table, he told them, and here is the magic donkey. I got them with my magic stick. Magic, 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 cried Uncle Donald. That is all you talk about, but I have not seen any magic yet. Uncle Donald, what would you like to eat? Asked Huey. A big slice of ice-cold watermelon, said his uncle. So Huey said, Table set. Suddenly there appeared on the table 4 big slices of ice-cold watermelon, one for each of them. Then Dewey said, Uncle Donald, how much gold would you like to have? A great big pile, said his uncle. Donkey, donkey, wiggle your ear, said Dewey. The donkey wiggled and wiggled its ear until a great big pile of gold came out. "Now, Uncle Donald," said Louis, "is there anything else you would like?" "I would like to get rid of these flies," cried his uncle. "Stick, start beating," said Louis, and the magic stick began to swat the flies, rat-a-tat-a, 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 until they were all gone. Never again did Uncle Donald say there was no such thing as magic. Wow, that was a good adventure. Donald and the magic stick. You know, this story might not have a whole lot of lessons in it, but I think we can learn a good lesson from the innkeeper. That it's not right to steal things that aren't ours. And that there's always consequences that come with doing something wrong. And we can learn a good lesson from the boys too, that they went out and they worked hard. They worked really hard and they earned rewards for their hard work. So in life, I want you to think about that. Think how you can work hard and earn good rewards, and how you can be good and earn those things rather than take those things. So what a great story about how we can have adventures in life and learn a lot of things. So go and have a lot of fun today. Enjoy, and we will see you tomorrow.